During this holiday season, many of us have stopped to give thanks, but for a New Albany girl, she's celebrating an anniversary and giving thanks for her survival.
Miracles happen. Truly, miracles happen.
A lot has changed in Laura Rain's life over the past year, and we've shared a lot of that with you. It all began with Laura's accident in this elevator at a family friend's Fort Lauderdale condo. It happened last New Year's Eve. The elevator had been rigged to run without its gates being closed. Charles Puckman, an elevator expert that lawyers have retained in Laura's accident case, recently described what happened as she was trapped between the moving elevator and the elevator shaft wall.
As we passed the second floor with the gate open, the child's head obviously was pressed through here, and then was pushed down from this header here to the back. As this header, as you can see, as this header goes down, moves downward, the child would have been pressed down into that cavity.
Laura plunged 2 floors to the elevator pit. Hearing her screams, Laura's father found a scene he says he'll never forget.
When I looked through a glass elevator door and saw my daughter laying at the bottom of the elevator shaft, looking at me with one eye and the rest of her face gone. You'll never forget that one.
In an instant, your priorities change. Everything. Nothing else matters. Nothing.
For 12 hours, a pediatric trauma team worked intensively to try and save Laura's life. Amazingly, there was no brain damage and no paralysis.
This is probably the worst case I've seen in a child, a crush injury. This is probably the worst I've seen.
Days later, plastic surgeons stabilized Laura's face in another 14-hour operation. Her right cheekbone was shattered. The rim of Laura's right eye cracked in half. Her palate split. Front teeth knocked out. Her nose was crushed, and the connective tissue to Laura's eyes was torn loose.
And her eyes were widened out about 3 times the size of where they normally should be, because the attachments of the skin to the bone were completely lost.
A hospital recovery that doctors said should take 3 months instead took just 1. Laura was determined.
I wanted to get out of the hospital by my birthday.
And she was, home in New Albany for her 9th birthday on February the 3rd. Being home, though, brought some big changes in her life. She still had to heal away from school and friends and her regular physical activities. She had to live on a liquid diet. Her mom says that from all this pain and inconvenience came something else.
Through this, Laura and I have become much more connected and closer. And really, that's something I'll always be grateful for.
Laura missed 3 months of school this year, but with help from family, classmates, and teachers, was actually able to finish 3rd grade with straight A's. Last summer, she squeezed magic acts and art school between more surgery on her face in New York City. Each operation has brought Laura closer to the way that she was before last New Year's Eve. Doctors say that her strong will and the support of family and friends has helped to make it all possible.
It's been interesting.
Indeed it has. This Christmas, Laura's mom says they'll celebrate just being together.
I think that's something to celebrate, the healing and the gift of life.